Thank you very much, Mr. James. So let's start with you taking us back to the day of the accident. What exactly happened, and how did you come to be struck by a government bus, so to speak, or which bus?
So on 6th of July, 2022, so I was at Bolade, a loading station, to enter a bus going to from Oshodi to Ayobo. So actually, I also work with a transport company, which is Lagos Bus Services Limited. So our bus has fully loaded, which I remember that day, we don't have much Ayobo buses that day. So I had to call for extra buses from the depot so that it can pick the commuters. So when those extra buses came, so I came down from the bus, I went to inform the feed officer that load bus that she has extra bus to be used for Ayobo. So then when I came out of the bus, the captain, that's the pilot of the bus, has already closed the door. So trying to do his documentation before he can start the journey. So I was by the door for him to open so that I can enter, then we can start the journey. So all of a sudden, a bus just from the other side, from a company, TSL, that's Transport Service Limited, also one of the franchise for Lagos BRT, Bus Rapid Transport. So I, just from the side, and I don't know what really happened, but by the time I opened my eyes, I was already at the hospital. So when I opened my eyes, I was like, I couldn't stand up. So I was now told that my pelvic bone has been ruptured, has been broken. So there's no way I can stand up. So I also discovered that there was a catheter that was passed under my navel down to my bladder. Now the bladder, the urine tract, everything can't work properly for now because of the damage and the cuts. And also to prevent
Infections
and some other things. Then, so the catheter was passed. So urine was coming out from there. And also blood was also coming out from there. So after which, the hospital, that was also at Bolade. That's a One Life hospital. So they did their first aid. So immediately the information was passed to my company. So a representative from my company came, and they make a deposit for them to commence treatment, which after a while they informed the company involved with the accident, that is TSL. So TSL came that the next day or thereabout, that they will take it over from there. So the treatment commenced. We did some tests, X-ray and every other thing. Then after 2-3 days, the orthopedic surgery was done, which to correct the pelvic bone that was broken. So O's, like 2 O's from my from the side of my waist were drilled, so that an iron pole can go in to drag the bone up and do a kind of correction. I think I have 4 irons, and there's one diagonal one up, so that that one was used to tighten the bones. Then after a while, I was told I would be there, lying down in a single position for 6 to 8 weeks, so that the bones can heal up. So I was on the spot, lying on my back. So although I was giving pressure bed, so I was lying on my back. So I couldn't even eat. I was just taking, because I was scared. There's no way I can go to the toilet. I will pull there. They have to clean me up there. So I was just taking something liquid or semi-solid. Not that I can't take something solid because I was scared of pooing and something like that. So that went for like so after a while, I think after 3-4 weeks, the hospital said they will stop the treatment.
Why?
That the company is not responding. So I was traumatized. I was like, will it be the end of my life? No, my wife, my sister, and every other family member came up. They went to my office. They called the company. Then the company, I don't know the excuse they give, so they came back to the hospital. Means they now maybe they sign an MOU with the hospital. I don't know. So or the hospital then commence what the treatment. So I could remember that there was during that period, my saturation almost gone to 0. So when it gone, so I was immediately I didn't even know. As I just woke up, so I saw the nurse crying. What happened? She was like, I'm still alive, I'm still talking. Because the saturation has dropped to 0. There's no way I could be alive. I said, I don't know about that one, but I know I'm still alive. So they did what they have to do. Then the company came and the treatment continues. So after the 6 weeks, 6 weeks that we were given, so I did some tests to discover that the bones has healed up. So I have to start, though during those during those 6 weeks, physiotherapy do come to massage my leg. So it won't be difficult for me to start working once the irons were removed. So when the irons were removed, so I still continued with my physiotherapy section. And after a while, I was being brought back to like walking. So like trying to use this 4-wheel. After a while, so I migrated to 2, then to 1, and then trying to walk without any support. So when the hospital felt that for the first phase of the surgery that I'm okay, that I'm good to go, but I was not discharged. But that same company, TSL, they didn't do what they were supposed to do. So my wife, my mom, and my sister make a call. So they came after arguing from morning to evening. The hospital released us. So we don't know what they actually agreed on. So we were released from the hospital. So we came back home. But still, we will still go to the hospital for checking. So I have to go. I still have some wounds that are covered. So I still have to go for redressing every 2 days. So I'll go from here to Oshodi, Uber, like 3 times in a week. So I have to pay myself. So after a month, there was a receptionist there at the hospital that says they will not go on with the redressing of the wound, that the company involved has not paid them. I was not like, if they have not paid you, then you can include this in the bid that they are supposed to pay. So we shall settle it. So I still keep on coming. When I felt that the resistance is much for me. So we are I didn't put it, we are discharged September, the day 18 thereabout, somewhere around September. So when I felt that the distance from my house to Oshodi is much and the finance is only on me and my family, so we look for an hospital around there to register so they can do the redressing of the wound. But once in a week, I go to Oshodi so they can check the improvements. And then after a while, because I will also be scheduled for another surgery. That's the retroplastic to correct the bladder and the urine tract. So going for checkup. Then after the checkup, because of the catheter that I still have on me, so I change the catheter every month. I buy still on my own. I bear the cost expenses myself. So I went to then May 2023. Because that's not happened 2022. So May 2023. So we are called that it's time for me to do the next surgery, the retroplastic, so that the stricture can be corrected. So I went to the same hospital, that's One Life. So we did the surgery. Then after 3-4 days, the retro catheter that was passed through my penis to my bladder, the balloon inside got busted. So the catheter slipped out. So they have to do another procedure again. So they can input the rectal catheter again. So once that one was done, and after a month, I left the hospital. Then the catheter was on me, so I was now having 2 catheters. One through the penis, one under my navel. So I'm using the one under my navel to urinate. So after 3 months, so I did the test. I was told that it has healed up, that I should come and that the doctor, we need to remove the
catheter.
So when the doctor removed it, so urine was coming out. So now gave me a small catheter that I will use that for dilating. That I will start using that after a month. But unfortunately, after 5 days, the pressure of the urine start reducing. So I called the hospital. So they said they will get back. So by the time before they will get back, it has stopped completely. So I think why it was difficult for them to get back was because the doctor was not an institute doctor. So it's a consultant. Maybe during the process he was not around. So by the time he came back, the urine has stopped. So he now said it has blocked again. I have to do another procedure. I have to wait for 6 months.
Wow.
So I said no problem. So I informed TSL. Even why I did the first uretroplastic, that was me. None of the representatives came around to check us. So I informed them that it's better if they have an hospital, maybe in their own HMO, that they feel I can use, just to try another, that I would prefer that. So it's also reduce my own expenses of transporting myself, changing the catheter every month, and buying some medication, because I buy a lot of medication because of infections. So because the wound is open, and because I was told I can't shower, I just have to use towel to mop my body, because if water touches it and get infected. So they get no response. So I said, okay, that should be the case. Let me use a government hospital. Since the consultant comes from a government hospital, let me try a government hospital. So I registered with Lagbus around September 2023. So I talked to somebody in my office. So he called somebody at Lagbus. He gave me the number, I contact at Lagbus, that I should go there. That mostly at Lagbus, they might 2 years they might not answer you. So he gave me the contact. So I spoke with that very person. So I was scheduled under a consultant that would be in charge of my case. So I kept coming for appointments. Then around March, April, so I was told that if I'm prepared, that they want to do the surgery. So I said, okay. But their own is, they won't give you the exact B. They can only give you the theater fee, because their own is, once they get to a certain stage, they'll give you a list of what to buy. So I said, I'm okay, I'm ready. I told TSL, nothing was coming from them. So me, myself, my family, we rallied around and arranged the money ourselves. So we did the surgery at Lagbus. That was April. So we spent close to 3 weeks at the hospital. I also informed TSL. We will call them, they will not respond. Send them a message, they will not respond. So we left the hospital after 3 weeks. So when we got home, the hospital said I need to run some tests for them to know if that has also started healing up again. So I did the test, I did every other thing. So then I said, okay, after a month, they will remove the catheter that was passed through my penis. So remove it. Then the urine start coming out again. Then after, I think close to a month, later it starts reducing. So I went for appointment, I told them. And one thing about Lagbus is, you might meet a doctor today for your appointment. The next appointment might be to be another doctor. So the serious changing of doctor really affected me a lot. So because a doctor will give me, okay, this is what we are going to do the next time. So the next time I will go there, I will see another doctor who will tell me another thing. So during that process, because I kept telling her that the pressure of the urine has started reducing. Before we know it, it reduced actually. Nothing was coming, just droplets. So then I said, okay, if that should be the case, now they will have to do what they call cytostomy. That they will have to use like a wire, pass it through my penis to see if that hole is big enough. If it's big enough, there's a way they will cut it. And if not, they have to do another procedure. So I did that. That was September. So the doctor did it, but he said the hole is too small, that there's nothing they can do. That I have to relax, then see, because when they did the process, there are some bruises and blisters, so I have to just wait for everything to heal up, so that before they will know the next thing to do. That was 2024. Because now 2024 was when I did the surgery at Lagbus. So that was October 2024.
So as at this time, just to get clarity on this, at what point did TSA stop funding your treatment?
Immediately, that May 2023.
So at what point did your family start taking care of your medical bills?
Before the May 2023, immediately we were discharged from the hospital.
Which hospital?
One Life Hospital at Oshodi.
Actually.
That was 2022 September. Immediately when we were discharged, my family started taking it off because we have to pay for Uber to take me up. We have to change catheter monthly, to buy the catheter, buy the gels, buy drugs, every other thing. Because there are some drugs that are over 100,000.
Wow.
So just to keep me going.
Wow.
So when, but by the time I went last week, they really cut us off. Nothing. They didn't even respond. So
that's TSL.
TSL, yes, TSL.
All right. So I mean, now you're taking your treatments at Lagbus.
Lagbus, yes, sir.
Throughout your the procedures and traveling to and fro to the hospital, to Lagbus, was TSL aware of your changing of hospital?
Yes, sir.
Of your being at Lagbus?
Yes, sir.
And were they at any point in time involved in any of the medical?
Not at all. It's just the person I spoke with us, Adi Shegun. Yeah. So he said I should go ahead with the treatment, that they are going to refund. They are going to make a refund.
And have they done that? Have they fulfilled their promises?
No, there was a time due to the pressure we mounted on them from my office, so they only paid. They said they should just give me 300,000 for I should hold that. That subsequently they are going to do they are going to pay up everything by after a month, which they didn't do.
Yeah, that's really sad. Tell us, what impact or what effect has all of this, after the accidents, the surgery, what effect has it had on you physically, emotionally, and financially?
Physically, I can't do some things that normally I do myself. So, for instance, I love sport. I play ball, so I can't do that again. I can't run, so I can't actually bend down because of the waist. So also sleeping, I always sleep in one position. I can't turn over. So the major is even the bathing. I can't shower. I will just use towel deep inside water to mop myself. So financially, it has been draining. Because at times, there was a time I calculated how much I spent on medicine. In a month, I spent over 400,000.
Oh.
Because there are some drugs that are over 150,000. At times, I have to go for the lesser one. So it's actually draining. Psychologically, because there was time I contemplated suicide twice. Because when you feel like something you can do yourself, and you are at the mercy of people doing it for you, so it's just traumatic.
So how has this also affected your family? I know they've actually given you a lot of support in this regard.
So, like, the family has really been supportive. My wife, my siblings, and friends. At times, I don't even know what to do when it comes to sorting out the bills for my medication. They all come around to get it done for me.
So if I also ask, what is the emotional toll of being unable to provide for yourself and your loved ones since the accident?
Like I said, I'm this kind of person that I don't really depend on people. Well, since at times, like I said, that I've contemplated suicide like twice because I felt like what I can do, I'm unable to do it. So what's the essence of living?
All right. Have you ever considered taking legal action against the agency involved?
Yes, we wanted to. So though my wife and my sister actually wanted to. So I wasn't really, I was just like, let's just see what they can do. But currently we are the face of doing that.
Do you think maybe human rights organizations or civil society should play a role, especially? Have you consulted with any of them in order to ensure that your right is upheld?
I have not consulted anybody, but I've spoken with some people that actually want to help.
All right. So let's go back a little bit, if you don't mind, circle back a little bit, and that has to do with the failure of the agency. So what you're saying in effect is they've provided little to no support for you till this point in time, you're saying?
Yeah, aside, I could remember sometimes this year when I went to the hospital with the media outlet. So the doctor, the MD of the hospital said that they are yet to balance them for the last surgery I did. That was May 2023. She was even saying if she is to charge them, she might charge them more because of the exchange rate then and now. But personally to us, they have not.
So let's look at the issue of accountability. Beyond your personal story, what message would you like to send to government about accountability in cases like yours at this point in time?
What I want to say is for every agency that government give license to partner with them in any, it might not be transferred in any forms, they should ensure that they have a good insurance policy that covers something like this in case of any accidents. And there should be a kind of MOU that will be signed that if you don't do this, maybe their license might be affected.
Now, if you had the chance to speak directly to the official in charge of the transport agency responsible for your case today, what would you say to them?
Firstly, I would say their attitude to humanity is next to zero. Then I would then state what I actually need from them. Firstly, get me back to my initial states, and you foot all medical bills, and lastly, you pay for damages.
So finally, what kind of support do you need right now, especially considering your situation, maybe from the public, from the civil society, or the authorities?
So from the authorities, what I just want them is to do is to ensure do the right thing. By doing the right thing, ensure all what I need are provided. And for the treatment, either here or outside Nigeria, ensure you treat me and take me back to my former state. Then, most importantly, from them as well, or what I would just say is, like I've said before, that this insurance policy of 18, it's a must, and government, civil society should ensure all agencies has this in place should the case there is an accident or thereabout. So, okay, one question I've been meaning to ask is this: what actually happened to the captain that drove the bus that very day? And why? Because they always have their own lane. And why did he actually came to hit me? Because from what I've heard, people were saying somebody was dragging the wheel with him, which I find it hard to believe. Because you are carrying over 50 passengers, and all of them will sit down and allowing someone to drag the wheel with you, which I find it hard to believe. So what really happened, and what punishment was meant out to that guy? That is the question I want to ask them.